Well, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're working on the Corvette again, and a couple of my parts came in, so I am going to try to install the radiator and the water pump with a couple new belts. The hope is we can get all that done this evening and be able to get the car started so we can start working on the rear end. Well guys, I just got the water pump out and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more up close. This was the upper radiator hose that connects to the water pump. And comparing it to my new one, this part is supposed to be in there and it's non-removable. And it's a little bent. I will say that it's a little bent, but I still feel pretty confident that it wouldn't, I mean, maybe if it was dented, it would blow out. It's just kind of far in there to dent this particular piece. There's quite a bit of corrosion inside this, which I don't think this is supposed to. Actually, it looks a little, it's like completely smooth in here. And I think there's supposed to be a groove that keeps it in place. It could have been the cause, or Mason could have just lost control, but a while back I did make the comment that I didn't record rebuilding it for the first time, so we're getting that opportunity. This is not quite what I meant, but hey, we're making it happen. So we're gonna go ahead, clean some stuff up, and kind of just look around a little bit more, and then we're gonna get a new water pump in. Alright, so we were about to switch over the belts on here and we realized that the AC compressor is bad. It wobbles around a lot and the clutch wobbles around a lot and the bearing on it just makes a lot of noise. And then we remembered that we don't just have one broken car, we have two broken cars. And so we walk over to look under the hood and there it is. So there's $500 we just saved, and there's a new AC condenser in it as well, so might as well just switch them both over. We got the AC compressor installed. It was extremely difficult. I don't know how anyone would be able to install it if they didn't have as much access as we did. I even struggled having the whole front of the engine removed. We have the smaller serpentine belt installed, and I went ahead and got the bolts and the gasket set up on the water pump. We're going to go ahead and try to fit it up to the engine. Now that we have the water pump installed, we also have a new 160-degree thermostat that we're also going to install. And after this, we're going to go ahead and install the serpentine belt. This is way easier. We'll just, oh jeez. And this. Okay guys, it's getting pretty late on us. I think it's like 12:30 now.
We got the radiator, condenser, the fan, the new water pump, the new thermostat. I did switch over the AC compressor. And I also switched over the AC condenser. Put a couple new radiator hoses on it. I still need to get another hose that goes from the radiator to the T that goes to the reserve and then back into the engine. I have to see if I can find a hose. I also went ahead and threw the vacuum pump onto the car. I had it running for about 35 minutes. I just turned it off. It seems to be holding pressure at the moment. So I will just let it sit overnight and check it tomorrow morning and hopefully not have any problems. I really don't want to do that again. Other than that, we've made it pretty far tonight. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the video tomorrow. All right, guys, so it's the next day, and I did go ahead and hook up the vacuum pump last night and had it going for about 35 minutes, and then I left it off for, probably 20 hours at this point. It is still showing the same amount of negative PSI that it did when I turned off the pump. So we seem to be all good there. So I am so very thankful that we don't have to do any of that again. Now that we are past that, I wanted to just vacuum it, of course, to make sure that I didn't have to remove any parts. Now was the easiest time to swap out parts. So I did go ahead and get a new radiator reserve hose so I can finish hooking up the radiator. I am going to go ahead and fill up the radiator and try to fill up the engine and then try to burp that system, which I'm going to have to look up how to burp a system that doesn't have a radiator cap. So I'm going to figure that out. And then hopefully I can put the air intake manifold and the air filter box and the plastics that kind of go all down in this area. Basically, once I get to that point, then it's just body panels and then rear end. We have to figure out what's happening back there. So gonna go ahead and start trying to fit a couple more hoses and then see if we can't fill it up. Well, guys, we went ahead and got the radiator filled as much as I could, and I also went ahead and put the mass airflow assembly intake on the front of the engine so we don't get any check engine lights. We're going to go ahead and start the vehicle and see if we can continue to add coolant and burp the system, and Katie is going to go ahead and get in the car and start it up for me. All right, guys, so I went ahead and burped the system. Everything seems to be working like it should. I still don't have my fans coming on, and I think it goes back to my PCM being bad. So once we get enough of the car put together, I will take it to Chevrolet and have them look at it. Other than that, the front end's looking good. I did go ahead and move the two cars from the back of the garage to the front of the garage, and then we also moved the silver car over there so I could put all the parts over here. Anyways, wanted to flip you guys around and let you guys see the back of this car. It has a damaged wheel. Don't know if the tire's bad, but I'm probably going to replace it anyways. This fender has quite a bit of road rash to it. It possibly could be repaired. The bumper could also probably be pushed out. It does have a hole here and also another crack up here. It's not terrible, but it's still pretty bad. Let me go ahead and flip you guys around. So from the back end, you can definitely see that these two cars look different with the exhaust tips and then those tinted eagle eye tail lights are definitely really cool on the silver car. It's pretty interesting having a parts car, just knowing that I'm going to be able to just swap over parts. We're going to go ahead and pull this wheel off, take a look behind it, see if there's any additional damage. Pull this fender, rear bumper off. I might pull the trunk off as well. You can also see that these body lines, so this is like a 1/2 inch, while over here, there's like no line. So the back end might have been tweaked a little bit to the left. So the hope is that we can pull some of these panels off and hopefully see why they're sitting like they are. We're gonna go ahead and probably start removing the rear end just so I can start diving into the silver card, pulling off the parts that I need so I can post the other parts for sale. Again, if you're interested in any parts, just let me know.
Nice, come look at this. Look what it did to the back.
Wow.
It's perfect. Just put it back on.
What is this? What is that?
That looks like a weld or something. Look, that looks like it's been fixed. You see that?
Uh-huh.
Good as new.
That looks good.
You gonna sleep good tonight?
There we go. What up? Full of dirt, like everything else is. I need a pair of pliers. Well guys, after doing a brief amount of looking at it, we see there's a separation between the frame and the tub here. On the other side it's tight. And then also the styrofoam is broken. It's just broken. And then this frame rail has been hit. This area is also damaged, but that's potentially the rear end has shifted. I don't know if we can just, I don't know if we can just put body parts back on and make it look straight, or if we have to, I don't think you can remove the tub.
You can, but I mean, wouldn't be easy.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to look at it a little bit more and see what the options are. All right, guys, so of course, like I said, we did run into the frame situation. I still can't get the inner tie rod link off because the mufflers are in the way now. So, in the next video, we will be removing the mufflers and putting those mufflers on. So, yeah, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and hey, if you know something, let me know. Peace out.